all that we're experiencing is a clash of classes. There are three classes that I've identified. There is the slave class, there is the kings and queens, I call them the real class, and then there is the God class. Now, I'm not going to identify who these are, and I think most people outside of the black community will be surprised by actually how in reality, it really falls. What I will say is you can tell who the slave class is because when they get power, all they will do is go around and they will build prisons. What they create reflects their mentality. The slave class will go around and build prisons, okay? So the second class is the royal class. They are the kings and the queens. What the kings and the queens will do is they will go around when they establish a place, they will build a lineage, they'll build a dynasty, they will build kingdoms and queendoms. They will always establish a king and a queen wherever they go. And it's in the lineage because you can't have one king ruling the whole of the world. So wherever they go, they will have somebody in their lineage who will rule that place as well. So they will establish kings and queens everywhere. And that's how they tend to rule. And then there's the God class. I'm not going to talk about the God class because they need that. I will respect their anonymity. But so yeah, you will see who, you will know who is who in which category you fall into by what you create when you get to a place or when you have power or when you get money. So the slaves are the ones who have the prison mindset. They will create prisons around themselves. Everywhere they go, they'll establish the same prison. Prisons will look exactly the same every single place. It's practically like a cell. You will be in a rat race and you will be tied or chained to the system of like 9 to 5, schooling systems, all those type of things. So like I said, it's not this arrangement is not like how you think it is. So I don't want this video to be long because I've had issues uploading videos. There was something else that came to mind, but I cannot remember it at this moment. But if it comes back to me, I will talk about it. But another thing that I will say is, because of the system that we're in now and the arrangement that we're in now, people think that black people are the slaves. They have never been the slaves. Never. It's like if I said to you, if you are a king and a queen and I took you from your real lineage. Okay, let's talk about England. In England, the kings will go and find people who had the royal blood and kill them. Why? Because as soon as they realized that they were real, they could come and claim the throne. So even though they thought they were, like, even if they're thrown in prison, even if they're slaves, they still have real blood. They still have real lineage. They still have power within their veins. So they're never, even in slavery, they are maybe titled slaves, but they're never slaves. They are always royalty. And they know this. They know this. So like I'll just re-emphasize, what we're dealing with is the fight between the slave class, the royal class, and the God class. And it's all been manipulated from higher up, those who have the power. And unfortunately, most of us now are living in prisons. I'm going to say it as well, just disclaimer. Europe is a massive prison system. It's the worst one on the world, in the planet. Like Europe and the US, the worst on the planet. You will think that Africa and Asia have prison systems, and they do have prison systems. It has been installed through colonization. However, the people who are of that descent who live in Europe, when they go back to their homes, it is better for them. They enjoy it better. They have the sun, food, blah, 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 blah. So that means that this prison system in the West is worse than any other around the world, no matter how they identify them as third world or whatever that is. They have a better life than we do. So that we have the worst prison system here in Europe and in the West or in America.